Hey team, it's Amber. I am really excited that you joined this group. And Mondays are my day, and I'm really excited to launch my trainings with talking about your brand and talking about your niche and talking about who you have influence over, because that's going to be important when you're doing any kind of sales. So if you haven't already had a branding call with me, I think you should definitely do that. That's for everybody on Team Sparkle. You can just go to my Instagram and go to the link in the bio, and my calendar's there, and you can schedule it right then. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about is, who are you talking to? So many of our trainings that I have personally done are so obsolete. They do not work for 2023. They are years back. So do you remember me saying, find your 5 favorite things? Could be being a mom, cooking, makeup, roller derby, fishing. It could be all those things. Your 5 favorite things, and post about those things, because you're going to attract people who like those things. Okay, that was right in 2018, but not in 2023. We have to get very specific, okay? So people's attention span there is none. Let's be real, there is none. I used to say that the attention span was worse than a goldfish. I don't even know if it's even that good anymore. I feel like with TikTok, it has gotten even worse. And it's almost like we are auditioning, okay? Because we know right now, at this point, when this training was made, that Reels and TikTok, same thing, right? YouTube Shorts, same thing, are what really is driving eyeballs to our brand and to our page. We know that is what's working right now. Not saying that that's what's going to be working a year from now, okay? It could be something completely different. That is how fast it changes. So I'm always staying on top of what's fresh and what's working. I have several coaches myself. I'm always learning and implementing new ways. So I'm going to tell you that like I was saying, we need to audition. Somebody's going to see us. We have seconds, nanoseconds to sell ourselves before they scroll off. Now, if I'm talking about fishing, do you think I'm going to catch those moms that I want to talk to? My niche are 35-year-old moms who, and I'm going to explain my bio here in a little bit later, but we'll just say 35-year-old moms who want help with their skincare and cosmetics. That's my niche. Am I going to catch them with my fishing videos? No, I'm not. If they go to my profile and they see fishing videos and roller derby, I'm not really into roller derby. That'd be really cool if I was, though, but I'm not. It was just an example. But do you think I'm going to catch their attention? Probably not. Probably not. So we need to be very specific on who we talk to, because in 2023, and I do the same thing, and I encourage you to do the same thing, follow accounts that bring you joy. Follow accounts that make you happy. Follow accounts that bring you value. Don't just follow anybody. Be selective on who you let in your brain, okay? And that includes seeing what, people who you follow. That includes them. So if it does not bring you value, if it does not bring you joy, they got to go. You gotta go. And that's how people are. That's not just me. That is how so many people, like I see so many TikToks and Reels about that. That's how people are. So you are really niching down and talking to your audience. And now here's the great thing that happens when you do this. When we try to talk to too many people, our voice gets lost. When we can niche it down and talk to that specific woman, that is how we are going to create, as one of my coaches says, raving fans. That is how we're going to create that. And I used to hate the word fan. And I still don't really like using that word, but I used to say, oh, they're not my fans, they're my friends, my followers. No, they're not. If you really want to scale up and you want to build something big, I have 131,000 people who follow me on Instagram. Are they my friends? They're not my friends. I don't know them. How the heck am I supposed to know 131,000 people? So we need to get that mindset out, I feel. I feel like that's kind of holding us back, of being small, of being little. and not really exploding and finding your place on the internet, finding your place on social media that is your community. It is not a bad thing to have people find you on social media and love your personality. You give them value, they love what you post, and they're your fans. I know it feels weird. It feels weird. I know I feel weird saying it because that's just not ever how I ran my business, but I need my business to grow, and people are going to become your friends. But you know it's not true that, let's say you have 500 people who see a reel that goes viral and you get 300 new friends. Do you know all of them? Be honest. No, they're not your friends. Now they can be your friends, they can become your friends, but they're your fans. So we need the eyeballs of the fans. We need to find people who you have influence with, okay? And now this is kind of a weird, we got to talk about it. It's uncomfortable for me. It's uncomfortable for me to do this training. I hope you guys appreciate this real, honest, transparent training. If I was up on a stage doing this, I wouldn't be talking like I am on this video, but this is leader to leader, okay? Unique presenter to unique presenter, Team Sparkle to Team Sparkle. I'm talking to you. It feels awkward when I'm talking about having influence over people, because I really truly believe everybody's equal. I do. You should have seen where I came from. You know what I mean? Everybody's equal. But it is true. We usually listen to people who we find that have influence over us. Same with me. There are people who they have influence over me, and guess what? I listen to them more than someone else. So let's take me for an example, okay? So my niche, 35 plus, I'm not just talking to all women. I'm not talking to all women. All women can come join me if they like my personality. They can come join the community that I'm building, but I'm not talking to all women. I'm talking to women who I know I have influence with. 20-year-old girls, I don't have influence with them. They do their makeup a million times better than me, okay? If we've done a branding call, we've talked about this. They do their makeup a million times better than me. They're going to be like, oh, that's like my mom. Like, I have a 19-year-old, so I'm very close to being that 20-year-old's mom. They aren't going to listen what I say about beauty, okay? But their mom will, because we have the same pain points, okay? What does that mean? Again, that word is also uncomfortable for me to use, but it's the only way for me to really explain it, and it's marketing is marketing. Pain points, things that they have problems in their life that you can solve is what a pain point is. They have the same pain points as me. One of my pain points, I started tanning in tanning beds way too young. You see this? And my neck a little bit. They're premature age. Like, I've had wrinkles on my chest since I was 18 years old from starting tanning at 13. That's a pain point. I have that too. Pain point. Hooded eyes. It's hard to blend my eyeshadow with my hooded eyes. Guess what? A lot of moms who are 35, they also have bags on their eyes. Their skin isn't as tight as it once was. Another pain point of mine is keeping the weight off and keeping the same size. Back when I was 20, I didn't have to exercise. I have to exercise every day now. That's a pain point. I have solutions, okay? The exercise one, that has nothing to do with my business, but I do talk about working and how I can work on my walking pattern. I work at home. Like, those are seeds I'm planting on come work with me, okay? So the pain points of things that they have problems that you can solve, because guess what? You have influence with them. They're going to listen to you. Do you guys see how this is all making sense? They're going to listen to you. So let's say you are trying to go after someone who is this makeup artist, 20-year-old girl. Like, there's a way you can approach that, yes. Do I think that you should never try to reach for anybody who maybe is out of your comfort zone talking to you? No, I'm not saying that, because that's what I did. I was so out of my comfort zone when I was talking to people and reaching out to people who I thought were so much more successful than me or better than me. But I did it anyways when I was on my 90-day run. So I'm not saying not to do that. I'm saying, when you're talking to your reels, you're talking to one individual person, because chances are she's going to be the one who you catch her attention with that audition, okay? The first few seconds of our video, she's probably going to be the one. What she's going to do, she's going to go see your content. All of your content is speaking to her. She finds value in all of the content on your feed. She's going to see your bio. It's going to say exactly what you do. So like I said, if we've had a branding call, you've heard this, but keep watching, because I'm sure there's going to be stuff that we didn't talk about every call. I mean, it's a one-on-one, so it's very, very personalized. So let's talk about your bio. We kind of started with it. You guys, can you tell that I'm like total ADD? And I'm actually leaning into that because I have a business page that I do too for coaching. And I'm very niche down. I'm talking to female entrepreneurs with ADD who want to scale 6- and 7-figure businesses. That's my bio, very niche down, women with ADD. That is who I'm reaching out to. That is who I'm catching their attention. So back to my unique profile, really niching it down. And here's my bio. And I'm going to tell you, my bio was on purpose. It has intent behind it. And I don't go around talking like this in real life. I'm not like, oh my gosh, this Stanley is amazing AF. Like, what? I don't talk like that. Okay, I do really want to drink. I don't talk like that though. But in my bio, I do. Now, here's why. Again, the woman who I have influence with. I love all women. I'm a really nice person, and I have so many different friends who all look different, act different, think different. Everything you could think of, from a hippie to a CEO, business nerd girl, like everything. I have all friends everywhere. But chances are I probably don't have influence over somebody who is going to not like me for maybe the way I dress. Maybe they're like, okay, you are 37. Why are you wearing a one-piece catsuit? Like, why are you wearing that? They might be mean about, are your eyelashes big enough? They might be mean about, or not mean, because, we're going to get jerks when we're putting ourselves on the internet. Not mean, but not my people. They're not going to buy from me. They're not going to influence over me. They're going to be like, oh, shit, I have enough plastic surgery. Like, there are women like that out there. I ain't trying to reach them. Because they have I have no influence over them. You think they're going to buy from me? You think they're going to join a team with me? No. And if they do join my team, it's going to be horrible. Imagine going to an event with somebody who hates everything that you stand for, that hates everything, just everything about you. I don't want to align with those people. No, I want to align with people who, well, I wouldn't be aligning with them. I want to associate people that I can align with, because then we can do big things. So my bio is, I help women 35 plus feel and look hot AF through cosmetics and skincare. Now, like I said, I don't go around talking like that, but it's very specific, because those women who all those judgy things I just was saying about myself, they're going to read that bio and they're going to be like, ew, hot AF, girl, you're like 40 years old. I'm already weeding them out. So that's not who I'm talking to. Do you see how I'm very specific in who I want to reach? Now, all my content is talking to her. I don't just do silly little dancing songs just for nothing. No, I do it to reach my audience. And it's been working very, very well. So does your audience have to do with makeup like mine? No. It can be anything. So, I'm not going to say names, obviously, you guys, I ain't going to do that. But I'm going to talk about a few I've probably had close to 300 calls. Like, it's been a lot. And I'm just going to talk about some of the awesome, amazing people who I've been able to help and coach. So one woman, and this story is like repeated. Like I've heard this story many times, and each one is a little bit different. So it's a little bit different of a niche, but it's like kind of the same thing. So that's really what I want to say. If you think it's too saturated, there's no you in it, baby. There's no you. There's no you. It's not saturated. Okay? Because there's no you with your unique experiences, your unique outtake or outlooks on it. There's no you in it. So forget about the saturation part. One, because this story happened a lot. I lost 200 pounds. I lost 200 pounds and I got more confident. That was their niche. Because I always ask questions like, what is the number one thing people ask you about? Not about your business, but just in life in general. What is the number one thing people ask you about? Like, how did you lose weight? What were you eating when you lost weight? What did you do to lose weight? That was the number one questions for probably a good 15, 20% of the people I've talked to so far. Okay. And then what do you have to help the people who have that pain point? The pain point obviously is wanting to lose weight and struggling with that. That's their pain point. What value? Yes, you've done it, but what value are you going to be bringing them? And that's what you need to do with your reels. That's what you need to talk to. That pain point of that woman. And now your bio, I've lost 200 pounds through, I'm just going to make this up, through the ketogenic diet. I help women do the same. Follow me for recipes and dieting tips, or not even dieting. That's just off the top of my head right now as I'm talking. That's something you should take time on and really write it all down. What I've been having the people who I'm doing coaching calls with is I tell them, I said, okay, well, I want you to just like keep thinking about the different biome, keep saying it out loud. And that's what I do with a lot of these calls. We'll do it together. We'll be saying things out loud. Like I help women with their, we just keep saying it until it clicks. And you're probably going to change it 6-7 times, but there's few words to say the most. And the formula is what your page is about, how they're going to bring value, what they can do to follow you. Next Monday, I'm going to go further into really collecting like emails and really doing the marketing aspect of it. But first, I want you to get the bio going. I want you to know who you're talking to. I want you to get that bio. I want you to make sure your profile picture looks good. It's you, okay? It's not a logo. It's not your kids, okay? If it's your kids, take that off. Take that off. And I'm just going to talk real with you for a second, okay? People aren't buying from your kids. You love your kids. I love my kids. My kids are amazing, okay? They're on my stories. I show them in my stories all the time. Don't really have a lot of pictures of them on my feed. And it's because my Instagram is my business. And my niche isn't moms, it's women 35 plus. Not moms. If your niche has to do with moms, yeah, post to your kids. They can relate with that. Post fun activities you do with them. Mine's not moms. Mine's women 35 plus who are concerned about their skincare and cosmetics. They're not concerned about my kids. They don't care about my kids. They're not buying from my kids. They're not doing business with my kids. So make sure it's you. Make sure what you're posting is talking to that woman. Make sure what you're posting doesn't look like an ad. And can I be completely transparent with you guys? Because I love you so much and I want you to make money. And we are going to make a lot of money this year. And I am just going to say it because I want to help you. But there are a lot of people who have very, 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 very bad feeds. I did too. Until I started studying it. We got to make it look like it's you. It's not an advertisement for Younique. Oh, stupid ass dogs. Sorry. It's not an advertisement for Younique. People don't care about Younique. Just like your kids. We love it. They don't really care about it. But once they get to know you and you bring them value, they're going to care about whatever you are recommending because you have influence with them. It doesn't matter what brand it is. It really doesn't. It matters that you recommend it. Okay? Does that make sense? So no more unique generic posts. No. And I've been saying this for a long time. Like, I don't even talk about Younique when I'm doing stuff, I say, like for the skincare, I'll say we have plant-based skincare, or for like, this has if I was using this off the top of my head, I would say women 35 plus. That's what I'm talking to. I would say foundation on my skin, being 37 years old, it always kind of crust up, and I don't want to look like no crusty crust. That's why I use a cream foundation, and then I explain the benefits of a cream foundation. So something like that is what I'll be talking to my niche about. Or with the concealer, I'll say, I love that my makeup has skincare built right into it. This is my favorite concealer. It has hyaluronic acid built right into it, which really helps with moisture. So after we moisturize and we put our foundation on, we get this, and it's going to seal in that moisture, and it's going to hold 10 times its own weight. So if you are a woman 35 plus, I'm telling you, we need this, ladies. Like, that would be something that I say. Now, one time did you hear me say anything about Younique? Because guess what? They don't want to be sold to. It's not an ad. It's not an ad. You are sharing. You are not selling. And if you are trying to sell in 2023, you are going to be ignored. You are sharing. That is what it is. You are sharing what you love, and that's it. Is this live? Or this isn't a live. This video is kind of weird. But I am just being like, we are just sitting down having a conversation because I want you to do well. So, do you have to change everything on your feed? No, you don't have to change everything on your feed. Just start from today. Start from today doing those reels. And I'm going to be back a little bit later today as I'm going to record some. You guys really liked this. I don't think all of you guys were in my Reels challenge. We did a 7-day Reel challenge together, and it was really good. It was really good. I had one team member message me that she got 500 new followers in that week from her Reels that she was doing. So what I'm going to do on my days is I'm going to post 2 Reels for you a little bit later, okay? And I want you to recreate those Reels to your niche. And I'll give you instructions on how to do that. So I know this was a lot, and I'm squirrel all over the place, but I hope it made you realize that it's different than 2018. What worked then is not working now, and we need to adapt, and we need to evolve, and we need to roll with it. We don't need to be our grandmas, okay? AKA Facebook still has the most people, but they're all my age and older. So get on Instagram too. So I don't want you to stop working where you're getting sales, because that is bad. That would be bad business. Like, why would you do that? But I want you to start doing Instagram and TikTok, or Instagram and or TikTok. I know some of you guys are really against not doing TikTok, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Instagram, okay? I want you to start doing those behind the scenes and doing your Reels on there, and start growing that account with that new niche, and just keep doing what you've been doing on Facebook to get your sales that you've always been getting. Keep doing that. Don't stop, but when you do a Reel on Facebook, throw it on Instagram, throw it on TikTok too, talking to that niche, because your account will start growing behind the scenes, and you're not going to get stuck on an ancient platform like freaking MySpace. Okay, what if Facebook becomes MySpace? I want to get out of here. So, but it still is number one. It is still where most of the sales come from. So don't write it off. But I want you to be building this on the side, not working harder, but working smarter. Take what you post already and throw it over onto these accounts. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be in for some Reels a little bit later. Bye, team.